Imagine possessing laser-sharp focus and relentless energy from morning to night, but without the jitters, racing heart, or that dreaded afternoon crash you get from drinking too much coffee. Today, you are stepping into the library of the Lost Apothecary to uncover a forgotten secret. This is the root that helped Viking warriors conquer unforgiving seas, and the very same one Russian astronauts carried with them onto the Mir space station. It is called Rhodiola Rosea, or the golden root, a true survival herb. In today's video, you will find out exactly why this root is becoming the secret weapon of Silicon Valley elites to combat burnout, and how you can use it to hack your own energy system starting tomorrow. Before modern laboratories existed, our ancestors had to use their own lives to test what was poison and what was a miracle. And Rhodiola Rosea has always sat at the very top of that pyramid of power. The golden root's natural habitat is a paradox of nature. It doesn't grow in fertile plains. It only thrives on the most treacherous, freezing, and unforgiving cliffs of Siberia, the Himalayas, and northern Europe, places where most other life forms perish. According to the principles of ethnobotany, when a plant must fight to survive in a harsh environment, it accumulates the most powerful protective compounds, and when we consume it, it passes that survival strength on to us. In traditional Tibetan medicine and ancient Chinese texts, emperors would send expeditions, risking their lives in the icy Siberian wilderness, just to find the golden root to concoct the elixir of immortality. The Vikings used it as an energy drink before life or death battles to enhance their unparalleled physical endurance. Meanwhile, in the Himalayas, Sherpa guides chew this root to absorb oxygen better when climbing the roof of the world, Mount Everest. For thousands of years, it has been a closely guarded secret by the keepers of knowledge. Legends aside, what does modern science have to say about Rhodiola Rosea? Why is it so effective? The secret lies in a scientific term, Adaptogen. Imagine Rhodiola as a smart thermostat for your nervous system. When you're too stressed, it dials you down. When you're depleted, it lifts you up. It constantly brings your body back to a state of perfect balance, homeostasis. Here are 3 game-changing mechanisms that science has proven about the golden root. First, the burnout killer. Unlike stimulants that force your brain into overdrive, Rhodiola directly impacts the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. It regulates the levels of cortisol, your body's stress hormone. When you face deadlines or pressure, instead of your nervous system overloading and freezing, Rhodiola helps your body respond to stress calmly and smoothly. Second, cellular energy reactor. It contains no sugar, nor does it have caffeine. Instead, it stimulates the mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, to produce more ATP. Alongside this, it increases red blood cell count, delivering more oxygen to your muscles and brain. That is why Russian track and field athletes frequently used it to break Olympic records without ever failing a doping test. Third, cognitive enhancement. The most fascinating mechanism of the golden root is that it mildly inhibits a brain enzyme called MAO, monoamine oxidase. This prevents the breakdown of dopamine and serotonin, 2 hormones responsible for feelings of euphoria, motivation, and focus. You will experience a clear mind, eliminating brain fog, and work with unshakable attention. Amidst a maze of herbal supplements, where does Rhodiola stand? Let's do a head-to-head comparison right here at our apothecary counter. 1. Rhodiola Rosea versus coffee, caffeine. Coffee is a credit loan with extortionate interest rates. It temporarily blocks fatigue receptors in your brain, but when it wears off, you have to pay back the principal and interest with headaches and a caffeine crash. In contrast, Rhodiola is like investing in your natural energy account. It generates real energy from within your cells without causing jitters or dependency. 2. Rhodiola versus Ashwagandha, Indian ginseng. Both are adaptogens, but they are yin and yang. Ashwagandha is a soothing mother, helping to cool down the nervous system, which is absolutely fantastic for evening use to help you sleep deeply. Conversely, Rhodiola is a strict drill sergeant. It activates energy, sharpness, and endurance. Therefore, Rhodiola was born for the daytime. 3. True extract versus cheap root powder. Don't throw your money out the window on products generically labeled Rhodiola Rosea. Here at the Lost Apothecary, we only believe in standardized numbers. A true golden root extract that actually delivers results must contain the golden ratio: 3% rosavins and 1% salidroside. If the bottle label doesn't have this, you are just buying a handful of expensive dust. Every miracle has its rules. Now let's talk about how this root is actually used. Rhodiola may be helpful for people who feel mentally drained, overwhelmed by stress, constantly fatigued, struggling to stay focused. It's particularly popular among entrepreneurs, students, creative professionals, athletes, and people experiencing burnout. In other words, anyone whose mind must stay sharp under pressure. The ritual. Dosage. Start with a low dose of 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, up to a maximum of 400 milligrams per day. Timing. Take it on an empty stomach, 30 minutes before breakfast or lunch. Of course, never take it after 3 p.m. unless you want to stay up all night counting sheep. Secret hack. Don't take it continuously. Rhodiola works best when cycled. Use it for 3 weeks, then take 1 week off, or use it only on days when you need peak focus, and rest on weekends to prevent building a tolerance. The shadow. Herbs are not candy. Rhodiola has mild stimulatory properties, so it is not for pregnant or breastfeeding women, individuals with bipolar disorder, as it could trigger manic episodes. If you are on prescription antidepressants, like SSRIs or MAOIs, you absolutely must consult your doctor before use to avoid serotonin syndrome. The advancement of modern society has given us many conveniences, but it has also stripped away our most primal vitality. When your body cries out for help due to exhaustion, perhaps it is time we stop borrowing energy from synthetic chemicals and return to the survival medicines of nature. Rhodiola Rosea is not just a root, it is the crystallized resilience of the earth. Let ancient wisdom heal your modern life. If you found the knowledge from the Library of the Lost Apothecary valuable today, please leave a subscribe and share this video with those who truly need it. Have you ever tried Rhodiola? Or what ancient herb would you like me to decode next? Leave a comment below. Goodbye, and see you in the next secret.